Welcome to another video by Elite Programmers. We teach live online Unity classes so you can learn to code and make games in Unity. While these videos are intended for our students, we hope that even if you are not a student of ours, that you enjoy our work and share with a friend and check out our website. So we want to learn how we can make this missile go and hit the spaceship over on the other side of the scene. And what we really want to figure out is how can we make the missile move forward. So if I press play, we'll see that it goes forward, hits the spaceship, and the spaceship is impacted by the missile. It bounces a little. If we wanted, we could create an explosion here. So let's go see what we can do to make that happen. We've already made the missile, and it's made out of simple Unity components, just little 3D objects, the kind that I get when I right-click in the hierarchy over on the left-hand side and select any shapes I want. The same thing applies for the ship. When I select this missile, I don't have anything in my inspector yet on the right-hand side. So I'm going to add two things. I'm going to add a rigid body. So I'll search rigid body. And this will allow us to use the physics system, and this is required for collisions. I'm going to turn off the use gravity so that the missile doesn't fall out of the sky. And I'm going to leave the constraints as is. I want the missile to bounce around when it hits the spaceship. The next thing I want to do is add a new script or a new piece of code to this missile. So I'm going to click Add Component, and I'm going to start typing the name that I want to use for my piece of code. So I'm just going to call it Missile. Click New Script, Create and Add, and edit that in Visual Studio. So I'm in Visual Studio now, and all I need are two extra variables. So I need to have a public rigid body. I'm going to call it RB. You may recognize that we use the same code for our player controller. And I need to know how fast I'm going to go. So I'm going to say public float speed. So I'm going to call it speed. And why don't I default that to 10? All right. I'm going to get rid of the update code here because I'm only going to apply the speed to my missile once. Things that happen in the start method occur once, and they happen before the first frame. And the first frame is right when the game starts. RB.velocity equals, and now I need to give it a direction, and I need to give it a speed. So a direction, and I need to multiply it by speed. So I've just commented this out while I go and take a look. And I'm going to look at my missile here. Here I can see that I have the green arrow, the red arrow, and the blue arrow. The green arrow is transform.up, the blue arrow is transform.forward, and the red arrow is transform.right. If I want my missile to go forward, I want transform.up. I'm back in my code. So here I'm going to say transform.up, and I need to multiply that by my speed so I know how fast I'm going to go. Notice that I use the star sign, or shift 8, to get my multiplication symbol, or the asterisk. So let's save that, go back to my Unity, and there's one more step I need to take, and that is to connect my rigid body to my code. On my right-hand side, I can see that I have my missile script here at the bottom right, where my mouse is, and I can see it says none for rigid body. That means that the code doesn't know which rigid body it needs to make move. So I'm going to drag this rigid body, the one from the missile, into the RB slot. Let me press play, and we should be able to see the missile move. And there it is. It hits the ship and bounces off. If I want to make my missile go faster, I can go down to speed, change that to something a little bit higher, like 30. And if I press play, I can see that it's going to go faster, and it's going to hit the ship harder. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something. If you have questions, just leave them in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe and leave a like or a dislike. We value your feedback. Share with a friend, and don't forget to check out our website, eliteprogrammers.ca.